News 8 continues here on One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. Five areas are now under a state of calamity after being ravaged by Typhoon Odette. These include the provinces of Bohol and Cebu, as well as Butuan City, Cebu City, and Jose Panganiban in Camarines Norte. Now, along with the announcement of the state of calamity in the areas, the Energy Department has also imposed a 15-day price freeze on household LPG and kerosene. Now, this means that for 15 days, following the state of calamity, prices will remain at the prevailing levels on the date of the declaration in their respective areas. Bohol Governor Art Yap says the damage brought by Typhoon Odette in the province is great and all-encompassing. During an aerial survey with the Philippine Air Force, Yap said that Boholanos have suffered greatly in terms of destroyed homes and agricultural losses. So far, 49 deaths were recorded in Bohol alone, while 10 missing and 13 injured.
Many have expressed their desire to assist Bohol in this critical period, and they are respectfully requested to look into the RTAP and Provincial Government of Bohol Facebook pages for information on how to make the donations.
Yap also reports that 10 out of 11 national roads in Bohol are now passable. Now, the Clarin Sagbayan Carmen National Road is the only one still being cleared.
I have also directed the Provincial Engineering Office to ensure that provincial roads are passable. As to roads, I ask the LGUs, barangay kapitans, and civic-minded individuals to help in clearing them to the extent possible. In that regard, I am making a call to the DENR to request our chainsaw operators to lend a helping hand in the clearing operations of our roads. I am also asking the DPWH through our district engineers to request our local contractors to help in road clearing operations.
Now, roads were flooded and structures were brought down as Typhoon Odette barreled through Negros Oriental. In Bindoy, houses were damaged and the typhoon brought mud to the streets. Trees were also struck down by Odette. Meanwhile, in Mabinay, some farm animals died as typhoon tore through nipa houses, leaving some houses left with only the foundation. Now, over in Bais, the same harrowing scenes are found as torrential rains brought mud and flood, damaging roads and houses in its wake. However, some communication lines are now up, with Globe Telecom restoring its signal in Dumaguete City following Odette's onslaught. Cebu City Mayor Mike Rama appealed to the public to help the people affected by Typhoon Odette. Rama urged everyone to donate directly to affected barangays to prevent any delay in rollout. He is also calling on the national government and other institutions for aid, saying the city badly needs communication lines and electricity after being struck down by the typhoon. Now, here are other stories we're watching. Only 18 households across the country are under lockdown. That's according to the data from the PNP. This figure is much lower by 93% compared to the 257 households that were under lockdown last November 16. 15 of these households are from the Cordilleras, 2 in Manila, and 1 in Calabarzon. Daily tourist arrivals in Baguio City have reached nearly 6,000, the average number of visitors before the pandemic. The city's tourism office said that the highest number of visitors who went to Baguio was recorded at over 5,600 on December 11. Now, this does not include essential and business travelers, which average at 500 per day. Baguio City had earlier set the daily limit for tourists to 5,000. Now, the killing of 2 siblings in North Cotabato has been considered solved after the police said that a family member admitted to committing the crime. Lang police said that an adopted member of the family confessed that she was responsible for the killing. The victims died after being hit by a baseball bat and stabbed with a knife at their home in Barangay Bagontapay. Now, the suspect is now under the custody of the Social Welfare Department. The Philippine Statistics Authority said that nearly 4 million Filipinos have fallen below the poverty line due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Mobile journalist Pamela Vasquez breaks down the numbers in this report.
The pandemic has pushed millions more Filipinos into poverty. The Philippine Statistics Authority on Friday reported that poverty incidence among individuals shot up to 23.7% in the first 6 months of the year. That's equivalent to 3.87 million additional people, or more than 26 million people in total who are poor. Meanwhile, there are now more than 4.7 million families who fell below the poverty line. Based on PSA's data, a Filipino family of 5 now needs more than 12,000 pesos per month to cover basic food and non-food needs. That's higher than the monthly average of 10,532 pesos in 2018. The PSA pointed out that salary increases are not keeping up with inflation.
Tumataas ang ating poverty threshold talaga every time we compute official poverty statistics because of increasing prices. Itong 2021, hindi ganong kataas ang increase sa income. Tumaas lang ng 4.5%. So mabagal ang increase sa income kaysa doon sa poverty threshold.
Socio-Economic Planning Secretary Carl Chua said the stringent quarantines were to blame, but NEDA is retaining its target of bringing down the poverty incidence by the end of President Duterte's term.
With stronger growth in the second half of 2021, as we further relax restrictions and increase our vaccination rate, we can expect poverty incidence to decrease.
By region, Metro Manila had the lowest poverty incidence, while Bangsamoro Autonomous Region and Muslim Mindanao posted the worst rate. Mobile journalist Pamela Vasquez, We Are One News.
And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us later again at 12 noon as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on Signal Play app. Register for a free account now, www.signalplay.com, and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Riza Diaz. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.